Hello everyone. If you watched the news recently, you've seen there's a lot of gun talk in the media, a lot of talk about the Second Amendment and our rights. So if you can see on my side here, I have a Ruger revolver. I want to show you guys how to load the firearm, how to properly handle the firearm, and some key websites to go ahead and get some information off of some safety features, some safety topics. So let's go ahead and move on to the first website. NRA.com has a safety tab. If you click on it, their very first topic is treating every firearm as if it's loaded. So when we pull this firearm out of my holster here, we're going to treat it as it's loaded, and we'll go ahead and clear the weapon to make sure it is cleared and it's not going to harm anybody. So the first step in this process is unholstering the weapon. Clip that button there, keep my finger away from the trigger, gently slide it out, and we will go ahead and clear the weapon. So as you see, there's a button on the side of my chamber here. Let's go ahead and depress that, popping it out, and I will move to the side to show you the weapon is cleared. Alright, so we have a clear weapon here. Let's go and move on to now the weapon is clear, we'll go and move on to our second topic, which is, according to Ruger.com, their two most hit safety topics are finger placement, trigger finger placement, and muzzle direction. This whole time you watched, as you've seen, my fingers have been off the trigger, and the muzzles have been in a general safe direction. According to the website, you want to make sure the weapon is only going to be pointed at your target or an inanimate object that it will not hurt. So, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to actually loading the firearm. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and back through the first step here. Depress that button, open the chamber, and I have 6 rounds on the side over here. You gently pick one up. The tip is this silver. You slide it into the chamber and repeat. It's a 6-shooter revolver, keeping my finger off the trigger, rotating. All 6 of these rounds will go into this chamber and keeping the muzzle in a general safe direction. Okay, the weapon is loaded. So let's go ahead and close the chamber and reholster the weapon. The chamber is closed, the weapon is in a safe direction, my finger is nowhere near the trigger. Alright, let's go ahead and holster the weapon. Watch as I reholster the weapon, I keep the muzzle away from me, and I keep nothing gets in contact with the trigger at all. So, grab that buckle, gently place the weapon back in there. As you saw, nothing came in contact with the trigger at all. Let's go ahead and secure that weapon. Alright, so that's how to load a firearm. Let's go over what we talked about today. So we talked about the handling of a firearm, treating as if it's loaded. According to NRA.com, you treat every weapon as it's loaded. We talked about Ruger.com, whose this firearm is made by, Ruger. Talked about their two safety topics, keeping your finger off the trigger and keeping the muzzle in a general safe direction. And then we finished it all up with actually loading the firearm, treating it as if it's loaded the whole time, keeping it in a general safe direction, and then ultimately holstering the firearm and securing it back on our side. Alright, so with that, I hope it gives you confidence in handling a firearm, treating a firearm as if it's loaded, and actually the process of loading a firearm. Thank you very much.